Hello, and welcome to Episode 8 of Rare Trains on the MBTA Worcester Line, the series where I compile my footage of trains I've recently filmed on the Worcester Line and talk about their significance. For today's episode, we're at the end of the Worcester Line in its namesake city of, you guessed it, Worcester. Today's train of interest is CSX's Office Car Special, which usually carries CSX executives around the system to meet with other railroads and companies that the railroad works with. Today, though, the executive train is deadheading into Worcester with no passengers on board, as the CSX executives are flying up from Florida. Once they land, they'll be brought to Worcester Yard, and they will board the train to talk to UPS officials about bringing UPS mail trains to Worcester. This isn't just any executive train, though, as this one has CSX's two F40PHs that received a B&O Heritage paint scheme just days ago. Unfortunately, they aren't leading due to a computer issue that assigned two GEVOs to be put on the head end, because the computer thought that without the GEVOs, the train wouldn't make it up the grades on the Boston line. Anyways, this is P001 arriving at Worcester Yard. After pulling most of its train into the yard, the OCS train reversed back out of the yard in order to Y their train on the Providence and Worcester, about a mile west of here. Ying a train is the process of turning a train around by going through a triangle formation of switches, effectively going in a circle. Today, CSX needs to Y its train for the obvious reason that this train will need to go back west in a few days, and it won't be able to do that as easily if the locomotives are on the wrong side of the train. A while later, the OCS showed up again, this time with the inspection car leading. The reverse move into Worcester ended up being the only time where I would get photos of the head end of this train that weren't completely backlit. A little less than a month later, I got word that CSX Q020, a high-priority intermodal from Chicago, would have CSXT 3194, the Spirit of Our Law Enforcement, leading. Knowing that Q020 usually gets into Worcester around 4 in the morning, I thought that I wouldn't see it, but as the night of the 1st went on, Q020 seemed to get later and later, running into signaling issues and even hitting a car at a grade crossing. This crazy turn of events caused Q020 to get later and later, meaning that there was a possibility that I would be able to see it. I woke up really early on the 2nd, and from what I had heard, Q020 still hadn't made it into Worcester, so I took the earliest train of the day at 5 a.m., making it to Worcester just 20 minutes before Q020. Finally, about a week later, I went out to see Amtrak 449 after hearing that it would have Amtrak 100 leading. 100 is Amtrak's second 50th anniversary unit, and I think it's the best looking of the three that are in service as of right now. Unfortunately, it was overcast, which didn't show the midnight blue paint in the best light, but that's okay. This was still my first time seeing 100. Well, I guess this concludes this episode of Rare Trains on the Worcester Line. This episode was certainly more of a quality over quantity one, as we only saw 3 trains, but those 3 were all pretty cool if I do say so myself.